Hey, the two tallest women in television are joining you now on Breakfast Television.
And we're gossiping.
We are gossiping. Vanessa Sicotte, our favorite, one of our favorites, I should say, to not upset the other guests, is joining us with tips on how to spruce up your outside space. Vanessa, thank you so much for taking the time.
Well, thank you for having me, Joanne. I'm so happy to see you.
I'm so happy to see you too. Listen, let's have a seat and you can talk to us a little bit about your brand new book before we get to the actual elements that we need to be focusing on. So first, the new book is out and it is called?
Déco-therapy. So decor therapy, because I felt we all needed to, you know, have a little therapy in our lives about our homes.
Lots of therapy. The spaces that surround you need to be beautiful and inviting and comforting.
Beautiful, but also they need to resemble us. And that's really the message I'm trying to get to here in this book, is really to try to teach people or show people that it doesn't matter about trends. It doesn't matter about what's out there. It doesn't matter about social media. It matters about how you feel in your own home.
Right.
The whole message of the book is that it's fun, 50 short stories. It's a great read for summer. Vacation is coming here.
No, it's a great book. I have it. I'm a huge fan. I'm in the process of it right now. But let's talk about the outside space, right? Like,
look at this.
Some people have big outside spaces. Some people have smaller outside spaces. So the challenges are there, but you're saying there's a way to make everything, you can make it work, basically. Make it work. So you start, your first tip is to basically reimagine a room. So the outside looking in is your first big concept.
That's it. So the outside looking in. So when you have, especially a small space, we're not going to talk here to the people that have a sprawling backyard.
With your big country homes. And
well, exactly.
This is city living.
Right. So city living here. So what you want to do is make your outdoor space, even if it's like a square inch of outdoor space, make it looking like what you have inside.
Oh, okay.
You have a more, you know, a more modern style. Go for a more modern style.
You don't want there to be a disconnect.
Well, that's it. So, you know, if you're not a fan of prints, well, maybe prints on the outside is not the best thing. So you want to try to match the outside in, so it's going to make your home feel larger, because it's going to feel all interconnected.
Yeah, and it's going to make, if you have a larger home and an outside space that's smaller, then the opposite is also true. The space outside may feel... Okay, so don't do a disconnect, right?
That's it. Don't do a disconnect. The other thing also is go classic. So, for example, I went to Urban Barn, which I love. Did you know Urban Barn was a Canadian company?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
And also, that's where I'm going after the show. Continue.
Exactly. So they're a Canadian company. They only have 4 stores for now in Quebec. They came to 2015 here in Quebec, but they're all over Canada. So, guys, if you're listening elsewhere, this is great. And they have beautiful products, which are perfect for smaller space.
Right.
Look at these chairs here.
This is amazing.
Acapulco style chairs that we had in the 60s and 70s, reimagined with a synthetic woven cord over a powder coated steel, which I think is a great combination.
There's a bizarre shot of my bum. It's a beautiful shot. But it goes.
You're doing a Pipa moment.
No, it's fine. Because what I'm saying is, it doesn't necessarily look comfortable, but it's
it's terribly comfortable. That's
very comfortable.
So when you have a small space, what you want to do is have these pieces that are great for everything.
Right.
So if you don't have space, for example, for a couch and a dining table, do what we're doing now. 2 lovely, you know, fauteuils, so small seats, with a little coffee table where you can have...
it matches as well.
Exactly.
And you can move this around depending on who's there.
And you can do a little cocktail dînatoire type of reception, which is fantastic.
I love it. Another thing you say is it's to really focus on the cozy quarters, right? So again, if the space is smaller or or bigger, you still want to have a feeling of intimacy, right?
So it's, you know, intimacy with the neighbors, especially in urban living. So plants are a great tool. You can make a barrier of plants.
So you can hide so they can't see you.
But you know, you make them as a barrier. Plus, green, we need green in our lives.
Yeah.
This one is also from Urban Barn. It's a faux plant.
This is, I just touched it. It is faux, but it does not look faux.
It looks good, right?
Yes.
So if you have like a big, you know, a lot of shadow from the overhanging over your patio, maybe that's the solution. Otherwise, I always encourage also to have fresh plants on the balcony, even little fine herbs. It kind of lifts the spirit, right?
You need to teach me how to plant some things. I killed some flowers recently, but it's for another segment. Okay, we're running out of time, so we do want to talk about the garden party, because you've got a fantastic little setup. That's all you really need, eh? Is this little folding table.
They call this a butler tray. So this I love. It's absolutely fantastic. It folds up when you don't need it. You can bring it inside in the winter. Could even use as a side table in your bedroom, for example, with great dishes. You know, don't go plastic all the time. I know this is great for seafood. I would put some ice in there and some you know, oysters on top, a little crab.
I'm coming over.
So I know, right? This is called the Crofton Bowl from Urban Barn always. And don't go all plastic all the time. It's not necessary. I mean,
there is some nice plastic now.
There is.
But if you're going to go like
with
the
serving
original,
bowls,
beautiful,
that's it.
Okay.
Go with stuff that you can reuse inside your home afterwards. If you go plastic, the chances are you're not going to bring them home. So
and then
this
very
is
quickly,
fantastic.
that wine glass is not full of wine, which is upsetting, but it is
very
beautiful.
upsetting. I just felt it was a bit early. I know it's noon somewhere in the world, but look at that.
It's gorgeous.
So you have the ombre kind of feeling. So we're all in the blues. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah.
The reason for that, well, Saint-Jean is coming.
My birthday as well.
Oh, is it?
Same day.
Oh, Saint-Jean-Baptiste.
Yeah.
So, you know, let's celebrate in blue because I think that's a great thing. Plus blue, you never get sick of it. If you're not into really bright prints and colors, blue and white is a safe bet. You will never get tired of it.
Blue and white, the colors of Quebec and of Greece.
Yes.
Hey, thank you, Vanessa Sicotte. Thank you so much for taking the time. We'll see you very soon. Go pick up her book. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
You can make all the spaces small, big or small, look very cozy. Stay tuned. You're watching BT on City.